Hey guys, and welcome to
we're starting. Okay.
Assault. I mean, did I not give enough preemptive warning?
We clapped. There was a hey. Do we still do the number thing? It's been a while. I'm starting now. I'm starting in 3. Hello.
Let's
Ruz, are you ready?
let's start again.
No,
Ruz,
we're good. We are well on the way. We're well into this. Thank you for joining us, our little uncoordinated little efforts here. For those of you watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel. Check out some of our other content. Let us know what you think. Add some comments. Jump onto our Discord. Get involved in any of our conversations. We have a spicy conversation coming up soon.
Okay.
I was just like, please don't.
I was going to say yes. The conversation topic is I need a haircut.
On that note,
Suggestions.
both of these people need a haircut. Suggestions. Before we get into that, both of these people, to my left is Ben,
What up?
and to my right is Ruz.
Hi.
And I'm Ben. The only one that doesn't need a haircut right now. Although I could probably get a haircut.
Yeah, you
I'd be
could get a
down-
haircut,
I'd be
but
down
no
with a
one,
haircut.
no one noticed it. See, I have this widow's peak thing happening, but your forehead just keeps getting larger and larger every time I see you.
And I was trying to pat your widow's peak earlier on, and you just don't feel it.
It's just not there. I mean,
It's there, but it's not there.
is it better to have like, Dracula point or like just a forehead the size of Mars?
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
I'm actually getting hella close to that. I want to suck your blood.
Anyway, talking about our hairs enough.
Yeah.
Ruz, how's your week been? How's your last 2 weeks been?
I've been away for work, so I haven't had a huge amount of time for the games, the video games.
The life.
I'm still working my way through Octopath, much more slowly than Ben.
You're probably caught up to me by now because
What?
I've
No.
taken like a week
Yeah,
and a half off.
yeah, but I've been going real slow.
Oh.
I'm still like only a couple of chapters into chapter 2.
Oh,
Wait, chapters into chapter 2.
A couple of characters into chapter 2.
so you know how the mechanics of Octopath work?
No.
All right,
No, I
so
don't. I mean, do we need to go into that right
No,
now?
we don't. No, we don't.
No, chapters into chapter 2s makes sense. The 8 stories, 4 chapters
Look,
each.
Okay.
look, I don't know. Game's still good. My main character is way over leveled, and I feel like that's going to be a problem. Well, not a problem, but it's just going to make everything feel unbalanced.
Never have I played a JRPG that has an issue with one character being overpowered. As in, like, one of your characters being, like, for you, it's not a problem. Like,
Oh, right.
For your own team, it's not a problem.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Like,
but,
you
but from like a balance perspective, was it like Garland? No, not Garland. There was a paladin in a Final Fantasy game which just wrecked everything.
Are you talking about Cecil from Final Fantasy IV?
Alright, yeah, that one.
that guy.
I
Anyway,
would say the names blur together. They're all the same.
they're all the
character.
same.
They're
They're
all
all
the
the same
same.
character.
I'm thinking back to several parts in JRPGs where even though you have a main character and they're over leveled, but then the game restricts your party and forces you to use a character that you may or may not have been using.
And then takes the main character out of the party.
yeah.
And
How often do you get that where they take the main character out of the party? Like,
Well-
I've seen a few side, like, for example, Chrono
Trigger, Chrono Cross.
Well, it's usually only for like a small
very
segment of
brief
the game.
amount, yeah.
But if it takes you by surprise, you can end up in a situation where you just can't win.
I'd say, didn't FF7 do it as well? Was it a bit where
Anyway,
Cloud wasn't?
we're getting a little carried away with that.
Are we? There's always time to talk about Final Fantasy.
Fine. Keep talking Final
I would
Fantasy.
say-
Let's sit back and let you
I say,
Final Fantasy.
JRPGs are close to all our hearts.
is
Why would you do this to us?
Why would you start us and then tell us to stop?
Why?
Yeah. I mean, that's just cruel and unusual punishment, man. You can't do that.
We can come back to that. So
No, it's fine. No, we will stop it there. I think the Hearthstone expansion came out. We're going to talk about that more later. But yeah,
That's been
my pre-order didn't go so great. I don't have that many good cards.
so you're gonna buy more?
Probably.
Like, yes.
But your stats were really good.
Yeah, they were just. Not,
Yeah, you were just trash.
Yeah, it was just all.
It was good stats, but trash.
Yeah, like I had a decent proportion of like higher rarity cards. They're just all rubbish ones.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got rare shit.
Yes. Pretty much.
Premium golden turds.
Premium golden turds. 0%.
That's fantastic. All right, Ben, anything from you, my friend?
All right, so Hearthstone, on the other hand, I was raking it in like a motherfucker. Like, I think out of this entire set, I've had to craft like 2 legendaries, which is really good ratio, and like 1 or 2 epics, and then I'm like, cool, I've got everything I want now.
You're good. You're good.
And this guy's pack opening day, send Carl a message. He's like, fuck, stop telling me this, Ben.
Yeah, because it's like statistically, if he gets really lucky, that means that I'm not going to, because he's used up all the luck. Because that's exactly how probability works, right?
I'm pretty sure that's how statistics work. Yes.
Like I said,
I like how you preempted it with statistically. This is
it's like I had a good week this week, so therefore everyone else on the crew
anybody else that I relate to
has had an awful one.
You sucked up all the good, all the luck.
This is why I'm the social pariah. If I'm like this, you guys can have a good time.
You know, about 87% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Thanks.
Thank
you for that fantastic piece of statistic.
Bravo. Very original and definitely creative. It's okay. So, Dead Cells has come out on the Switch, which is a reason to be excited by everyone.
Yeah. You just showed me very briefly for 5 minutes, and I already love it.
Yeah, I showed him very briefly for 5 minutes, and 10 minutes later, he's like, I should put this
Like,
down.
I'm going to stop now before I become obsessed.
I should. No, I'm going to wait until it runs at 60 FPS.
Yeah, wait until it's patched, wait until there's a sale. It's a bit pricey at the moment, but I love it.
Why? How much is it?
Like 35.
That's not that bad.
How long's the game? How long? Like how many gaming hours?
Well,
It's a roguelike.
Okay, so on the PC, I've spent at least 40 hours playing it. So like $1 an hour.
I mean, it's not Hollow Knight levels of price efficiency, but it's close.
Like if you can get a good
The ratio.
Yeah, like you get a good solid gameplay out of it. Even if it was like 10 hours and you love it, you're like, that's...
See, a game that I've been made to purchase recently, which doesn't match up on the statistics, is fucking Mario Kart.
What do you mean made to purchase?
And doesn't match up on what statistic? You can get that's like an endless amount of gameplay.
If you actually enjoy the game.
Which I believe vast majority of people do.
If you hate it, why did you buy it?
Work socials.
Should then not work have bought
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
So there's a group of people at work who get together and play Switch games, and they're like, we play Mario Kart at the moment, and I'm like, God, I don't want to. Like, I want to encourage your extracurricular work activities, but
can you try and encourage them to play something else?
yeah, well, I'm working on Mario Tennis now.
That's not any better.
It actually is better.
I don't know, man. Have you played Mario Tennis?
I haven't.
The new one is mint, by the way. I am quite.
I thought it was an unbalanced mess.
I am a fan of all the Marios. Not all the Marios. That's a lie. Of the Mario Tennises and the Mario Karts.
Every single Mario.
Every single Mario ever.
Okay, so
all of the Mario parties
can't
at
fault
once.
a single Mario. Not one. They're all perfect.
Actually, excluding Mario Party, I was running through my head, and I'm like, what is the
Hotel Mario?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the best?
I don't even think I know Hotel Mario.
Canon Mario, like
The
worst
canon
Mario.
Wait,
I don't think that's canon.
Explain Hotel Mario to me.
It was the one that was released on the Philips CDI.
That doesn't answer the question.
Have you ever heard of a good game being released on the Philips CDI?
Regardless, that still doesn't answer.
Okay.
Like, what is Hotel Mario?
It's the elevator game.
Maybe.
What is it? Elevator Panic.
Elevator Action?
That one. It's like that, but with Mario.
Okay.
And bad and unresponsive. And you got to play it with a remote as opposed to a controller.
No, you can get actual controllers for it.
Oh. Okay, let's move on. I'm moving right along.
It's not suffice to say, it's not a good game.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so I think the best mainline Mario game that's trash would have to be Mario is Missing. Because that was released on the Super Nintendo.
That was still a third party. That was still like a third party game, though, wasn't it?
We'll debate the semantics after Ben tells us about his week.
My week has been an insane amount of work, but my last weekend, which was the only time where I've actually just chilled for a little bit, have either of you guys watched Unreal? It is on Stan. It is an odd choice of TV shows that I would never have thought that I would like.
So what's it about?
Wait. Please tell me that it's like a TV adaptation of the first Unreal game.
No.
Damn it.
I mean, that is obviously the first thing that came to my head as well.
I was
but
like,
I'm
okay, how do you adapt that to TV?
So it's not saying Unreal, it's Unreal. So anyway, so the show is, it takes the looking at the behind the scenes of things like The Bachelor.
Ew.
So hence why I was just like, this is not something that I would enjoy, but it is an insanely highly dramatized show.
Okay,
So it's not a reality TV show. It's not just going, these are the behind the scenes. It's a drama. It's a TV drama.
So it's not a documentary.
It's absolutely not a documentary.
It's like a soap opera.
It is not a soap opera. I wouldn't call it a soap opera because in my mind, soap opera is very specific.
It's like a character drama.
But it's like they've got people playing characters, not a. So this is this person's day in this person's life. So
is it based off real reality TV shows?
No, it is effectively making fun of reality TV shows, saying what people see on The Bachelor is not reality.
But it's not a satire.
It's not a satire, it's a drama.
It's an affectionate parody.
It's hard to... Anyway, look it up. People watching, look it up. I did not think I would like it. Someone suggested it. I was like, all right, I'll watch the first episode, give it a try, see what I think.
Why are you suddenly looking so excited, Ben?
I watched the whole season in one sitting.
I'm impressed.
It was 10 episodes. Not in one sitting, but one day, effectively.
Jeez.
So I imagine you're just in this like incredibly vegetative state and being like, sure, why not? And then just
10 hours later,
gradually sat up in your chair and going,
interesting.
Tell me more.
My interest has been piqued. So that was a surprise to me too.
I'm sitting on the couch and I'm not getting up. There's a TV here, so I might as well watch it.
That was the initial, but I generally got into it. So one aspect of it was like the main character. I'm gonna try to not spoil it, but it's really trying to show you the impact of the whole
situation,
showbiz on this character and other people as well. And it kind of just tries to get you to relate to the character, but then tries to just show you how shitty a person she is. Again, still trying not to spoil it, but
not doing a very good job.
He's doing a pretty good job so far.
I mean, but it's sort of like.
Okay, so trying not to spoil it. Tell me what you know about this show.
Yeah. That it's got a character in it that's not a good person,
but somehow relatable.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's pretty much it. That's all he's divulged. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, but now I'm gonna. If I do watch it, I'm gonna be like, I really get where this guy's coming from. Is he gonna be an arsehole? Well, I'm gonna get where this girl's coming from. Is she gonna be an arsehole?
Am I a bad person?
At no point are you gonna be questioning that, because you will see that. Like it's.
Oh, they don't. It's not a bait and switch. They're not trying to hide it.
It's not a bait and switch. There's no hiding it. Just honestly, just watch it.
All right.
Give the first episode or two a try. I don't know if you'll enjoy it as much as I did, but it's definitely worth a watch.
I'm probably not going to watch it because I don't have.
Because you don't have Stan.
Yeah,
those of you that do have Stan, watch it. Power. I watched Power and Stan as well, which is kind of interesting as well. It's a bit less. Anyway, yes.
Is that a Kanye West adaptation?
It is 50 Cent.
Okay. I mean,
kind of directed and storytelling.
Okay. I am
movie.
definitely.
It's
So what I was really excited about, which I just realized, is that season 2 of a certain anime, which I enjoy deeply, should be out around about now.
Which anime?
All right. Castlevania.
This is good.
Ben's actually interested.
Yeah. I watched the first one. I enjoyed it.
The first one was
I love that because
Fantastic.
you were all set to be like, what is this bullshit he's going to inflict on me?
I swear to God, if someone mentions Boku no Academia again.
I also watch Boku no Hero Academia.
Which actually is not a bad anime. But that's
I love, like, I've been reading the manga, but I love it. Anyway.
Castlevania season 2. I'm pretty sure it came out on the 8th. So
Die, monster.
Talking anime, like we talked about this a little while back, and we watched Voltron on Netflix, I watched the first season, and then
petered off of
season. I finished the first season, and I was just like, this isn't that great. Jump back on. There's like 8 seasons now.
I know.
I'm like, where did this come from? What just happened?
They've just been churning it out.
Apparently.
Well, the showrunners are the runners of Korra and Avatar. So
yeah.
they can't be too bad.
No, it's not bad. Like I'm watching through season 2 now slowly, and I'm just like, this isn't great story, but it's enjoyable enough.
I mean, it's a story about a giant robot that combines together
And fights other giant things.
Like, come on, what
It's sort of like, if you need much more than that, then
yeah.
you're watching the wrong
Go
show.
somewhere else, please. Just look elsewhere. They do try to do a bit of character development. Still, just anyway. We have talked our Netflix shows quite a bit. Let us move on. Shall we?
So, what's up first?
First topic. Our good old friend, Discord. Discord apparently is branching out to more than good old chat.
I thought you were going to say good old games, and I was going to slap you.
So we had a long-running argument about storefronts in our Discord the other day, actually, when the news came down the pipe that Fallout 76 is not going to be on Steam. And it's actually going to be on Bethesda's launcher, which I had never actually heard of
prior to that.
Came out.
Correct.
Do they have legacy Bethesda games on their launcher?
Probably.
I mean, I'd be surprised if they did.
Why you want to get your hands on Daggerfall? Isn't that just free?
He wants Oblivion.
Oh God, no. Morrowind or bust.
Morrowind's not free.
Regardless. So back to your point.
Okay, so we had this big argument on Discord and on Discord. So we'll finish the news first. Discord's going to open up a store.
Correct.
In the Discord client, it's going to be, I guess, like a side business for them.
Recommended
games. They've said that it's going to be, in addition to their core business of offering voice and text chat, and it's going to be a heavily curated list.
Yep.
They're not just going.
They're not just going to throw anything and everything on this. These are our choices.
Yes,
you're welcome to buy it here.
Yeah, and I'd say that would probably be based on their internal analytics as to what their user base likes.
Yeah,
probably.
I think that's reasonable. But the question there is it like so in terms of storefronts, is there a licensing thing? Is there any sort of, or is it just we have links to these games that you can just download through us?
Well, I think it's like going to turn Discord into a launcher like Steam, like a launcher and launcher and licensing system.
Yeah,
like Steam, like GOG, like Origin, like Uplay,
like Blacktivision, actually.
Yeah, like all that stuff. You know?
Okay.
So as I was saying before, we had a big discussion about this on Discord the other day, and one of the things that I wanted to bring up about this is why, like, all these different... The PC market's fragmenting very, very quickly. It's like every one of these systems, every one of the publishers seems to have their own system now.
Yep.
They want to lock you into their storefront.
Correct.
Why would you use any of them? What do they bring to the table? What do they do differently?
Okay, so before I get into that, my question probably as important is to say, are we restricted in terms of, are things going to be exclusive to those storefronts? It's like, if you're getting something from the Activision one or wherever, does that mean you can't get it anywhere else? And so you have to be on that storefront or using that launcher?
The answer is, it depends. So I remember when I read the news, one of the screenshots, one of the screen mock-ups that they had, very prominently had Hollow Knight as one of their launch titles for the Discord storefront. Now that's a game that you can get on Steam already and have been able to
for however long.
So isn't it on GOG?
And you can probably get it on GOG, and you can probably get it on Humble, and you can also get it on Nintendo Switch. That's not PC, but it's still another source.
And also Humble as another storefront that we always forget about.
So it's sort of like so that's a no. That's not exclusive, but
there will be other things potentially.
We don't know yet because it's still incredibly early days. But the thing is, every other storefront uses exclusives to drive adoption.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
Valve games, you can only get them on Steam.
Correct.
EA games, you can only get them on Origin. Activision games, you can only get them on BattleNet.
And coming soon, Fallout 76, only in the Bethesda.
So at this point, it's really getting ugly.
Yeah.
The dream of having a unified PC gaming system is dead, essentially.
Well, for a while, that was effectively Steam. Steam was your best,
and it was good.
Actually,
best bet,
and
at
it was
that.
good.
No?
Because even when we had Steam, you still had to have your Blizzard launcher. You still had to have your LoL launcher.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, like, there's at no point can I see any one place being the be all and end all
That's
of
the point.
game access.
Even when we were in the fabled promised land of relatively unified access, seeds of discontent were already sown.
Making this very dramatic. I don't think it's that big a deal.
When has Ben not been dramatic?
I also don't have the words to not be dramatic about this. I'm like, how else am I meant to say this? I don't know.
So to your point about what draws people in, or like what's the point of these stores, or what's the selling point of, like, why would you care about any of the stores? The exclusivity is the first point that I'd be able to see where we're like, that's a reason to go to that store. If there were specific things like, I have to play that game, I'm going to go to that store because that's the only place I can find it. That's one thing.
To counter to that, if an exclusive pops up on a platform I'm not invested in, it actually...
Then chances are you're like, I'm not going to play that exclusive.
Well, no. I mean, if I'm interested in it enough, then it is probably going to overcome my reluctance. But...
Correct.
I would say that if I'm on the fence about something, it's going to tip me over into the no camp.
Yeah, and that's probably a problem that those...
What do you
he's laughing
about?
He's laughing because you said camp.
No, I'm laughing at my catalog of PlayStation 4 games that you keep looking at and be going, I really should buy a boat.
So yeah, to that point.
Nah, man, I've chosen my horse in the console race. Switch.
And sticking to it.
I would say it's more of a pony, but go on.
And it is the prettiest pony.
Yes.
I've lost my train of thought now.
Nay, I say.
So what were we saying? We were just talking about whether if it's exclusive, it's likely to tip you. If you're on the fence, it's likely to be like, well, screw it, I'm not going to bother getting that or going onto that marketplace just to play this game. And that's a risk that they have to...
Yeah, so Fallout 76 is actually a great example of this. You know, if a lot of people that I know
Everyone was pre-ordering.
We're gonna take a shot on it. I might be like, yeah, sure, let's give it a go. But if I have to jump through all the hoops of having to make a Bethesda account and
so that's the other side of things, right?
Have another client.
Install another client
that updates nightly.
So that's the thing,
and
right?
He's going to spam me with a bunch more email.
You have a new unread message on each of the following clients.
10 clients. So that's the thing, right? So to your earlier point with regards to when Steam was almost the be all and end all, but then you had to get your own LoL client. You had to get effectively individual game clients for certain things that just weren't on Steam. That was okay. That was fine in the sense that you'll just go, I need to play LoL. I'm going to log into LoL. I need to play anything else. I'm going to log into Steam, then play those things. I don't see any issue there. But the issue now of multiple clients, I think where the differentiator, aside from exclusivity, can come in is the ease of use. So if for whatever reason, I create a new storefront and it's the easiest thing for people to sign up on, log into, and you can very quickly set all your notifications. Like, I don't want to be emailed or notified about anything. I just want to jump in, play my games, jump out. And it takes you 5 minutes or less to set up and you're like, done, easy peasy. I reckon that'll just get people like swarming in if they have games options, because that means that if they have to use other storefronts and other options, mine isn't a hindrance to that. Like, whatever is easy to use, it lets you have multiple without it being like the pain in the ass that you guys are worried about.
And that's pretty similar to the GOG client. You don't actually need to have the client on your computer at all.
It's kind of a special case in that it's a launcher and downloader only, and not also a DRM system.
Yeah, it's like they're like, you can use this, or you can hit the download button on the website. It's up to you. You want to chat with other GOG people? Download the thing. Don't download.
Now, Ryan, who unfortunately couldn't make it onto the podcast today, feels very strongly about this, and he wants to see. He's very much against the fracturing of launches on the PC platform, and he wants to see a federated system of like friends lists and achievements and that sort of thing. So you don't have to keep migrating this stuff or losing it every time you jump between platforms.
That's the biggest problem, right? It's if you're in for more than just playing the games.
Yeah.
If you're in it for the community, if you're in it for the achievements, if you're in it for the tracking your hours and everything like that, then you have 10 different places to go to with different stats and different information. That is shitty.
We've actually seen and probably had this conversation numerous times with other platforms doing the same goddamn thing. How many chat systems are you on, Bin?
I can think of 5 at the moment.
Oh, so...
You mean game chat systems?
No,
gaming
just
systems
in
or
general. Just in general. Actually, it's more than 5.
It is, yeah. I'm like, because I've cut myself down to 2.
Discord and...
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, like and I used to be on like, oh, if I want to talk to this person here, I have to, like, you know.
This problem is literally as old as the internet. It wasn't any better in the early days.
And
it won't get any better in 20 years.
And once again, how many streaming services do you need, for fuck's sake, to get what you want?
And that's to that point. My housemate was talking about, hey, my housemate loves reality TV, by the way.
Okay.
It's frustrating.
So, Ben, you need to
leave. I need to leave.
And one way or the other. Either you leave or they leave.
One of those. And she was talking about getting Hey You, and I was just like, we have
getting what?
Hey You.
What's that?
It's
a
reality.
game about Pikachu. He's a detective. No, wait, you do voice commands.
Quiet, you. It's basically a streaming service for reality TV shows.
That it seems exceptionally specialized.
It is very specialized. It is shitty, and I hate reality TV shows to begin with.
$5?
No, I'm saying it's shitty. It's like $6 a month or something.
Okay,
like that.
that's fine.
And I'm saying it's shitty because she was explaining the user interface to me, and it is horrendous.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it's shitty because there's nothing that I want to watch on there, and then I was going to be like, but Ben, it's not for you.
Like, it never builds it for you or people like you.
Speaking on targeted streaming services, sorry, I got really excited by an announcement recently. DC is doing a conglomerated DC universe streaming service for their movies, and their cartoons, their TV shows.
See, the cartoons I can get behind.
And their comics.
So you can download their comics from there.
So you can sit there on your TV, log into DC Universe, and be like,
swipe through
what is the recommended comic for this month? I'll
That
read
would be cool,
that.
actually. See, like, that's another service.
They're going to have like an e-reader that you can
Yes.
use with it?
Yeah, like you kind of have to.
I would say the best part about it, though, is the CW will be nowhere near it because they don't have the licensing for it until it expires. So I can finally
CW.
have
What's the CW?
I'm about to get to that, don't worry. I can finally have my DC platform where Green Arrow and Flash and Supergirl and all those shitty TV shows will not be present.
Right.
So
but Constantine will be there because the licensing expired for that. I'm so happy.
That's very important for you because he's like your favorite comic book character, right?
It's okay. I already have every media. Like I don't need.
He owns Constantine.
I don't need a streaming service for Constantine. I have all the media.
No, but to that point, I know that they're out there, but I've never actually used or come across a comic book stream service where it's just like.
To be honest, most of them aren't
Great.
No.
Like that's something that I would
actually
100%
pour money.
Yeah. Because it's just like, I love reading comic books. And right now, it is just a pain to go buy this comic book, buy this comic book, buy this comic book.
It's like paying for Spotify.
Yeah, exactly right. So instead, so it's either I illegally download the comics or...
Which you do.
Haven't for a while now, but yes. Or I fork out however much for each individual comic.
Anyway,
and it
The
is a
thing
pain in
that
the
makes me really mad is I'm like, I don't buy singles.
Yeah.
Buying singles is a waste of time and money. And the only time I buy it is when I'm like, man, I really want a sample of this series before, so I can work it.
Before you commit to the anthology.
Yeah. And then,
I want to bring this back on topic for a minute.
Alright, so the reason why this ties all together is one of the benefits of a fragmented market is you get increasingly specialized services, so you don't have to pay for the general catch-all. I don't watch 90% of Netflix.
Okay.
I'm there for one thing.
Okay, so that's for streaming services, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same with gaming
I'd say
services.
no,
No,
for
except
games.
well, I mean, it should be, but it isn't. Okay, none of
Because
these
they're all
you don't get a discount on these games just for. You don't get a discount on Bethesda games if you use the Bethesda launcher.
In fact,
you still
they're
have
more
to,
expensive.
You still have to pay full price.
So what?
And you're forced to
we're
use
not.
it.
We're not necessarily talking price though. We're talking about niche genres.
I am talking price, and I am talking price because why else would you want to invest in one of these platforms unless you're being forced to by an exclusive?
Yeah. So that's the point, right?
You know what I mean? Like, let's
So
if
for
we
you,
compare
price-
if we compare it with consoles for a minute, each of the three major consoles that are out at the moment does. I mean,
Some level of exclusivity.
There's some level of difference even beyond the exclusivity of the games that mean that
Like if
that-
you have
that-
an Xbox One, you're a dude, bro.
that
Go
would
on.
that would pull you towards those consoles, right?
Yep.
The Xbox is the only console that allows you to cross-play with PC. Okay,
Correct.
I think the Switch does as well, but it's more.
The Switch does as well.
Okay,
Yes.
the Switch is the only one of the major consoles that you can use portably.
Yeah,
at the moment.
correct.
The PS4, I don't really know what it is.
PS4
For serious gamers, Ruz.
for PS4, it's virtual reality and
yes, that's right.
actually good exclusives.
Well, I mean, I was trying not to touch the exclusives thing, but yeah, that's like the. But yes, the VR setup is actually a major component.
And so first party support would be the appropriate way to describe that one.
Yeah. All right, so now let's take this comparison to the PC realm. A PC is a PC is a PC.
Correct.
Unless it's a Mac.
We're not talking
Moving
about
on.
those.
Hence why we said PC.
The launchers, they're not integrated with the hardware. So I'm struggling to see how they can differentiate themselves enough to justify all of their existences.
So again, like I said, you're right. Price would
Yeah.
most definitely be a differentiator if that was a factor.
Which is probably why we're all on Steam. That and we've sunk so many hundreds of dollars into that gaming ecosystem. We're not moving anytime soon.
That doesn't apply to me.
How many Steam games do you have?
It'd be like 5.
Jesus. My child.
Anyway.
The mythical gamer who's not on Steam.
Wow.
Like I have not logged into my Steam account for like 3 years. or
I haven't
something
logged
like
into
that.
my Steam account
Well,
for
actually,
like 5 minutes. And
Actually,
it's
no.
beginning-
You know, it's funny.
A year and a bit.
It's sort of like I guess I just consider myself as somebody in the Steam ecosystem, but when I actually look at it, the last time I played a game on Steam was probably about 6 months ago.
3 weeks ago, I think I was playing Slay the Spire or Downwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But-
some games.
But back to that point of saying what's the so we're talking price as a major point of this is gonna draw me to this because it's cheaper for me to get the games that I want to get, or even the exclusive.
Or this is
like-
going to draw me to this because it allows me to do something that the other launchers
Yeah,
That's
I was going to
different.
say, what
Exactly.
other unique attributes
and that's
would you...
that was going to be my point to say it needs to be an experience. It
Yeah.
needs to be, like I said, even if it's ease of use, even if it's just going, I can sign up to this and forget about it, and it's just there, and I can go, I need to launch this thing, done. Or there's something distinctly unique about it. That would absolutely be
so
how
Steam
it draws
has a
people
big
in.
like head start in this area in that it has the most well-established community, has the most well-established achievement system on PC,
like you already have a pre-investment in it.
and it also has the concept of the Steam marketplace and like a tightly integrated ability to have like DLC or bonus items in games be able to be taken out of that context and traded with items
other
from other
users.
games.
Yeah.
You know, trade a PUBG cosmetic for a TF2 cosmetic or something like that. You know,
Which, like, can you imagine trying to explain this to a caveman?
I mean, why would you?
No,
Why is that
like? I mean, even try like explaining it to your mother. Okay, so I have this really rare piece of virtual pink T-shirt for one game I don't play, and then I take it out of my game and go trade it for a pink shirt in a completely different game, and these two games don't talk at all.
the problem is,
And I make $5 from this equation.
the problem with trying to explain it like that is that it sort of builds on concepts that we are familiar with
That
through
other
virtue of
people
being
wouldn't be.
through virtue of using Steam for so long.
Yeah.
But if you have to explain to somebody who doesn't game, then first you have to bring them up to speed on all the previous concepts.
Yeah.
Like, what's a PUBG?
Pub what?
So TLDR.
TLDR. Whilst I guess I support Discord's endeavor, I'm kind of struggling to see what the niche that. So I guess maybe they're banking on the fact that Discord has become the de facto, has overhauled TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, and all that stuff
so
as the
honestly,
and Skype as the default chat
tool.
service.
Assuming the Discord store is reasonably priced, I will end up using it because
You're already there.
Now I don't have to have two things open.
Yeah.
I can have my Discord on that screen and my Discord thing. And then when I go to Discord, it won't pop up the fucking start menu and ruin everything. Sorry.
So the thing that
Hurt you.
so
Hurt you, Ben.
Discord hurt me.
So to sort of link all these threads of conversation together, the thing that the Discord store will do as its unique experience is that it will
Bringing in
be
chat.
is it will be part of an ecosystem that is chat first.
Yes.
That's its
And that's really
feature.
cool. So where we've been talking all this time going, what's going to be good about it? What's going to like searching for good things to really back this fragmenting. What I'm looking forward to is it's going to be competitive. They're going to need to go, how do I get these people onto my store rather than onto another store? And that's going to prompt them.
Well, the problem is
That should prompt them to go, how do we make our service better? How do we make this more attractive?
The problem is thus far that hasn't actually been necessary.
Yeah, exactly. It hasn't been necessary.
Because every publisher just uses their exclusives to drive.
Yeah, I was going to say
But soon that's not going to be enough, is my view.
Isn't it?
Well, okay, no, if it's not enough or if it is enough, then that's for good reason. It means that enough people care enough about the exclusive games that it's enough for them to go, I'm going to pick that one because I want the exclusive games. If from a business sense, that makes sense to me because it's like, if all we have to do is make our games exclusive and people will come to it, why do more? But if you get to the point where it's like, our exclusive games aren't enough, we need to do more, they will do more.
The challenge is going to be getting people to actually use the platform beyond the exclusive games.
Yeah.
You know? I installed Origin because I bought into Titanfall. When I was done with Titanfall, I uninstalled Origin.
You were done with Origin.
I'm out of there.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's exactly my point. If bringing people in just for Titanfall or other games of the such is enough for Origin to just say, that's all we're going to do, that's all they're going to do. But if everybody goes, Titanfall, done, leave, they're going to be like, shit, we need to retain these people somehow. Let's improve this shitty platform that we have.
Do we think one of the core problems is that there's no such thing as monopoly rulings for creative works?
You mean like that a publisher can make a creative work and then only license it through their own channels?
Yeah, as in, see, I'm looking at the.
So you're saying they shouldn't monopolize their own game?
I'm saying they should. I'm saying I'm looking at the real world equivalent of here. And what's happening is because in the real world, we have monopoly rulings. So you can go somewhere else for something.
Except we don't. Not in the entertainment space, at least.
Yeah.
There's Fox and all their bloody exclusivity deals in Australia, for instance.
See, once again, I'm looking at the practical real world, not this mythical land called Fox.
Fox.
But this is where I'm just Nokia, from the land of the samurai. The one good thing.
Keep going.
And I was like, how did we address this with physical goods?
Shops and stuff where it's just like
regulation mostly.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, look, the only place to buy games is EB. And then JB was like, fucking oath, let's sell games at slightly cheaper than EB and rake in
the money.
And then thus creating a competitive ecosystem.
But the competitive ecosystem can only exist if there actually is the ability to compete.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
so I don't think there's anything stopping EB from making an exclusive deal with some game publishers for physical copies. In Australia.
They do it for collector's editions.
Yeah.
But that's
so they can make those deals. But again, it comes back to that competition.
Which is why I said regulation. You can't have competition where you can't have true competition while some people can just throw money at people and say you are allowed to carry our stuff.
Yeah, no, and that's fair.
So how do we regulate the internet? Oh no.
That's a problem, isn't it?
But it does, once again, it comes back to, if they do try to do the exclusive, we throw money and you're the only ones allowed to. But if that's not enough, if that exclusive factor isn't enough, people won't go to it.
Well, we'll see how. We'll see how that worked out with Game of Thrones in Australia, right? Fox got the
Exclusive
rights,
rights,
and I'm sure some people, I'm sure a lot of people subscribe to Fox just for Game of Thrones.
Have you used their streaming service?
I know, but I know it's garbage.
And like bad quality is not just trash. Like 1080p through it is like.
But it's sort of like, compared to other markets where they have other options, I reckon the piracy rate of Game of Thrones in Australia has to be
Actually
the highest.
No, it is.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a known fact. It is a known fact. I downloaded. I downloaded
this
the
way.
Fox.
You're getting out of camera.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're getting into.
I'm like,
we're talking to our audience.
Okay.
We're talking to our audience.
We're
not just
talking to
us.
each other, but you're just like slide.
Ignore the audience. I'm just talking right now.
Okay, right.
On that point around Fox, I downloaded their Steam client. Their
Steam client?
Yeah, I downloaded their streaming client for, what was it, a week? Where it's like, here's a 15-day trial. Watched all of Game of Thrones, cancelled.
All right.
And I think there's so many people that did the same thing.
How painful was it?
It was pretty shit. It's not a great experience.
All right. So
anyway, we have talked the shit out of this topic.
One last question. If you had to choose one client for your PC gaming, what would it be?
Can I have a choice to not use clients and just go games direct?
I wish. We don't live in that world anymore.
We kind of do.
Okay,
No, you don't.
Can you not get games outside of a launcher?
Okay, if you go out and you buy a game from the shop, it will make you install the launcher for the game.
Yeah.
That shows how long it's been since I've played a PC game.
The only games that don't require a launcher are the ones that are sold through GOG.
Yep.
Okay.
So GOG.
That's
what I'm saying is GOG by default.
the one like when I went to buy Doom 2016. I went to the store and I bought Doom 2016.
Yes.
It was a DVD, not a Blu-ray. It installed 4 gigabytes into my Steam library and then made me download
the rest of it. Now that you're here, now you can get the actual game.
Yeah.
It was a Steam game.
Yeah.
Specifically.
He went out and brought a physical Steam game. Which I know that sounds like a hypocrite because I buy physical games all the time because I love it. But you know what the thing about a Switch game is? I can give it to Carl. Here, Carl, play this.
Oh, but again, you're coming back to the consoles
you're right.
again.
Yeah, that actually happened. It's sort of like you lent me Breath of the Wild, and then I just bought you a new copy and kept yours.
Yeah, like this is. I like this. I'll have another.
I'll hang on to this one.
All right. So as we're going to, let's talk about something that we're all deeply passionate.
Let's shift the focus a little bit
and excited about, and won't make us sad.
I feel like there's ways that it could make us sad.
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about Smash. What are you talking about?
I am talking about
Oh,
Smash.
thank God. I mean, yes.
How is Smash going to make us sad? Game looks incredible.
It looks amazing.
It makes us sad when we lose, Carl.
It makes us sad when we lose, but it also makes us sad if we don't get a character that we've been anticipating for a long time.
I mean, all the characters I want are already in
Yeah.
there. So anything from here on out is just bonus.
Why can't I hold up my lighter for Waluigi? Rip in peace, bro.
What was the one someone posted? It was just like waiting for Waluigi to join the Smash roster, and it's just like the guy waiting at the door with a pie. So anyway,
there was a sick ass Smash Direct on Wednesday night.
Correct.
The first major announcement they did is something we've been waiting for a very long time.
Or at least these two have been waiting for.
I
appreciate it, but
I
love it, but I honestly didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah, but I've been wanting this in Smash for forever.
Well, since the first time they added a non-Nintendo character.
Yeah.
Well,
which was when? Was that Snake?
Sonic and Snake.
Was it Snake?
Yeah, it was Snake and Sonic.
Was Sonic in Brawl?
It was pretty early on,
right.
Yeah, Sonic was in Brawl.
All right.
So,
Simon Belmont is in Smash.
And Richter Belmont.
And far more importantly, Richter Belmont as well.
Is it? I don't know. Which one? Which
He's
version
the
is
one
Richter?
from Rondo of Blood.
Okay, that one I've never played. So.
You should. It's one of the better ones.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
We'll talk about that later because there's like 6 different versions of that game, and there's like one really good one, and then there's one okay one.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Anyway, so
you said there was 6, and then you just mentioned 2.
Well, the rest
like,
of
yeah,
the
just
right.
we do not speak of that place. It was a dark time in my life.
Okay, so,
Yeah, so anyway, Simon Belmont.
Is it? Yes. And he looks pretty good. And he's
looks
got
alright.
your favorite thing where you can flail his whip, like
just spin it in front of
I'm
him.
waving my whip in the wind.
Just flopping it around.
Just whip it out there.
Whip it good. Da-na-na-na-na.
No, but you showed me the video.
Yeah.
And it looked amazing. It looked fantastic. Like, and obviously it's a well rendered da-di-da-di-da, but that was just a fantastic selling point to go, this is a character you know about. A lot of you have probably wanted. Here you go, and it looks boss.
And more importantly, eat shit, Luigi.
Yeah.
I would
Alright.
say, have you noticed they've been killing everyone in the release trailers? Because in the Ripley one, Mega Man and Mario both just get like, just aliened.
R.I.P. Luigi.
You can join.
1985, 2018.
But when you showed me the Smash Direct clip, and we started talking about it, the one really cool thing, and I think is fairly obvious, is every time they've introduced a new character, it fits so goddamn well. And what I'm curious about is that, are they very exclusive about which characters they bring in? Do they go, we will only bring in a character where their backstory, not backstory, but their abilities and their movements fits into
perhaps, but I think
the battle.
But I think what's actually
form.
what's actually gone unnoticed is that Smash Brothers has actually developed its own in-house style.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and that's the point, right? Like, they have an in-house style, but they bring in these other characters, and then
But those
adjust
characters,
those. But
those
you're still
characters
like,
are
this
always,
is still this character's move.
Those characters are always adjusted to match the Smash visual style.
Yeah, so that's my point, right? They match the style, they match the look and feel, but you still know it's that character. You're not like, this is Simon Belmont, but he's using a whip, but that's not how it was in Castlevania. It's still like,
It's a
that
good
is
point,
exactly
yeah,
how it is in
'cause- yeah,
Castlevania.
that's
And
right.
it fits perfectly into
that
the
is
Smash
a good
game.
point. It's not just a whip attack; it's the whip attack that goes straight forward like it does in Castlevania.
And twirls.
And
And not to mention his items, like the cross behaves like the cross, the
Yeah.
axe is the axe, the holy fire is the same piece of shit it's always been.
and so to that point, like,
Does he even have a dagger? The dagger?
No, actually.
So they forgot about that.
No, not,
well,
not
Just like anybody that's ever played Castlevania.
the dagger's a great one if you only use its item, Crash.
so that's the thing, right? Like, also to that point, they do have to be limited in which movesets they bring in. So if they were to go, for example, Ryu, when they brought him in, they brought in most of his moves, but I
No.
don't think there's all of his moves in
They
there.
brought in... Okay,
Like,
so,
they brought in his key moves. They brought in his...
so what he's missing on... Well, actually...
Well, it was based on Street Fighter 4 Ryu, right?
Yeah. No, they have like 90% of his moveset, and they actually had to rework the way they do
controls.
button inputs
Yeah.
so they could fit that in.
yeah. But they did it well.
Oh, they did.
And I'm just bringing this back.
I was
Like,
gonna say-
I love how well they are incorporating all these
And I was
characters
actually
into the
going to
game.
bring up one of the world's most hated characters at the moment, which she won Evo, by the way. Bayonetta. Bayonetta.
Did they play Smash Ultimate at Evo?
There was like not on stage.
Okay.
There probably was a booth somewhere.
Yeah,
because
okay.
Nintendo loves this shit. Bayonetta is like so faithful to her video game, like her 3D brawler adaptation in a 2D plane.
Yeah.
What the actual hell?
But they're just
How?
Yeah.
What
they're just
is
they're just really good at making video
What
games.
is this black magic? I'm like, god damn. Well done.
Goddamn indeed.
So, moving on into more Smash Brothers stuff, we can come revisit character design when we hit the other 3 characters that got spoiled. Important notes, which relate to us, is there's a mode now where you can basically, let's say the 4 of us are playing. I know there's not 4 of us here, but I'm including you, audience member.
You're with us in spirit.
So after the round 1, it removes all those characters from the roster.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love it.
See, this works well for me because I've always just played random.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're just like, cool, whatever. And I'm like, sweet. I can take all of Kyle's really good characters and annoy the shit out of them.
You can take all of Adam's character. Well, Adam's tendency to just play one
his
character will be
one
against
Shulk.
him. Yeah.
So
So it's like he might win the first round with Shulk, but then what?
And
then
like,
what?
What are you gonna do now, Adam?
say my name.
Goddamn right.
There's another mode where you can turn on a smash meter. Okay, so
Oh, as opposed to the Smash Balls,
Yes.
they're giving it like a super meter.
so
Is that going to be? Do you reckon that's going to be the competitive format?
we don't know.
Yeah, so I like the Smash Ball because it's shit. This thing's appeared. Everybody scrambled to get it.
I don't like the Smash
no.
Ball because it's shit. This thing's appeared and everyone scrambled together, and I'm like, I'm comboing here.
No,
I don't
but-
have time for this shit.
But I think that brings in a very different and unique kind of a like factor to the game. Like
Yeah.
no other brawler
one-
game does that.
One.
Maybe I'm
The Smash.
I'm making some
Sma-
big assumptions here.
The Smash Ball.
Don't quote me on that.
Smash Ball mode rewards reactive play. Smash Meter mode rewards planning.
And more importantly, the Smash meter won't be as powerful as a Smash Ball final Smash.
Yeah.
But it will still be a good finisher.
Because it's like you're almost guaranteed to get this now, whereas Smash Ball is like it'll rock up at some point and then you may not get it.
So, but admittedly, meter smashes.
It'll be cool. It'd be pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Stage trend, like you can select 2 stages and somewhere in the middle of your match
Or transition.
and backwards and forwards between
How does that even work?
it loads both stages in memory.
Yeah,
phases-
but like, how does
phasing
the
between them.
transition happen?
It kind of goes all
Well,
wobbly.
you say this, but Smash already does a lot of transitions
Yeah, but they're usually within the same stage.
within the same stage. But because they're already doing that, I think it's a logical next step.
The thing that springs to mind is that Fire Emblem stage where it's got like 3 separate scenes and it just goes blank in between them.
It kind of like phases out
Yeah.
the physical objects and phases.
Yeah.
Anyway, see, basically just saying this, Carl's like, motherfucker, I need to watch the rest of that direct now. When they enter my seat. And there was one other really important one.
Before you try to remember that, it was really funny because we were talking about this in Discord. Jump onto Discord, please, people watching. Jump onto Discord. And Ryan was just like, "Oh, can't wait to see when they bring in Battle Royale, 100-man Smash." And we're just like,
That's been the
you
game.
know that there's a thing where you fight 100 people. And
Yeah, we're just sort of like, that's been in the game for ages.
100-man Smash, right?
And Ryan's just like, huh. And no, 100-man mode is not.
It's not the same. It's not Battle Royale.
And it's not fun.
No. Oh, God, no.
No.
It really isn't.
You're like, oh, I need to unlock
You're
this
just
character.
grinding. It's lit, and you do not want to be grinding in this game.
Unrelated.
No, I will not go out with you.
This whole Battle Royale business, is it losing steam?
I think so.
Yeah, God.
Like-
God, yeah.
What's it called? What's that? Jeez, how can I?
Like Fortnite's still going. Fortnite's still
seems
going.
to be
still going
the
strong.
But PUBG is very low in morale.
It's there, but it's just. So the thing is, and we've brought this back again and again because we tend to talk about it a fair bit. Fortnite is doing so well because it keeps it fresh. It's got seasons now. It's doing different things. It just keeps introducing
quirky,
things.
It's colorful.
It just keeps bringing people
back. You can
back.
build giant penises.
You can do yes.
This is all the virtues of like this game. Like I don't like it. It's not a game for me. I can understand why people do though.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But anyway, this is not a podcast about.
I know. It's just when you said Battle Royale, I was just thinking. I was just thinking, oh, the COD and Battlefield ones are still yet to come out. Are they just going to be DOA?
Yes.
Maybe we'll find out. We'll see.
Can you get a better message than put single player content in your game, bitch?
Anyway,
back DOAs.
Anyway, back to Smash.
All right. So
Other characters.
Rathalos from Monster Hunter is an assist trophy and a stage boss.
Womp womp.
No, this is good.
Stage
so,
bosses, yeah.
There are stage bosses. Dracula is one as
So
well.
it's no longer the big hand guy
Is that
only
like
anymore.
in multiplayer?
Well, you can verse Dracula in multiplayer. They showed that.
Co-op?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so.
Okay, now we're going on to wild speculation.
What?
Can you imagine co-op single-player Smash?
Well, yeah, it was called Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, I'm Emissary too.
And it was pretty good. It was
really
pretty good.
except for the tripping. It was really good.
Subspace Emissary I'm a big fan.
So I'm hyped about that because they have showed at least 2 bosses, and I'm like, if there's bosses,
So that was Dracula.
Dracula and Rathalos
From
from
Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter. Very important.
It's like Castlevania 1 Dracula, not
It looked like
not Symphony of the Night Dracula, right?
I have to recheck that.
Yeah.
It was like it was Castlevania 1. It had the Pillars of the Flame and
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. I was like, what am I doing? People know what I'm saying.
But it's the cape. For those listening, it was the cape over the face.
And now
One Belmont.
and for some reason, someone who's vaguely related to the Belmont line who showed up in a game for no
Other characters.
John M. Anyway, so 3 new characters were announced during the direct. We'll go them in order of least important to most important.
According
Fucking
to-
Chrom from Fire Emblem.
Yay, more Fire Emblem characters.
Yay, another Fire Emblem character.
And, hey, at least
again-
at least this one is not a Marth Echo.
Coming
It's
back.
a Marth Echo.
Well, no, it's not. It's an Ike Echo, isn't
No,
it?
it's a Roy Echo. And Roy's an echo
Wait,
of
I was
Marth.
gonna say, it's like, it's a Marth echo. No, it's not. It's an Ike echo. I was like, dude, they're all echoes of the same theme.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Ike
Not-
is an independent character. I will not have you
I will not
trash
stand
talk his sacred name in my house.
But no, my point being that you're going one's an echo of another. It's like, no, it's not. When it's just like, okay, it's not an echo of this one, but it's an echo of the same one, which is an echo of the first one.
Yes.
Okay. Being an echo.
Circle jerk of
echo of-
echoes.
Are you serious? I thought it was an
No,
an
it's
echo
a
of Ike.
Roy.
Okay, that's
This means there's 4 Marths now.
Yeah.
Coming back to my initial point about this, about how well they're incorporating, are they bringing all the Fire Emblem characters in because they are so easy to incorporate?
Probably.
Specifically because they're echoes of each other. They're just
Probably.
like, here's this character, there's another one of this character.
Potentially, the thing I'm annoyed
Cram it
about
in.
is, like, there's a real easy sell for me. There's this wonderful, amazing, slightly creepy dark magician in Fire Emblem Awakening called Tharja. She's amazing.
But she's not in.
No, I'm like, you can literally just reskin Robin to be Tharja. And I would be like,
Good enough.
she's
Happy
finally here. And that is like one of the few Fire Emblem characters that I'd be like,
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with this.
I will allow this.
All right.
Okay, that's one.
Next up on the shit tier is Dark Samus. It's like Samus, but she's black. No.
I've never come across Dark Samus.
She's
What-
from Metroid Prime Corruption,
Okay.
Yes,
I've
okay.
heard of, but I haven't played
So-
that one.
which is not a game I've played, but Samus Echo, I'll probably play it.
Yeah. I mean, little things slightly different.
And
Samus,
do we
but
have a view as to what the gameplay character
they
like
didn't
feel?
show anything particularly different.
Yeah.
Like-
I feel like it's just like
If I had to guess, I would guess heavier Samus, which means it'll probably be rubbish.
yeah. So the,
Yeah,
the, the way that I'm
slightly
seeing
more
it,
trash
the
than
way that I'm
that.
seeing it is because there's even another Link being introduced, Breath of the Wild?
No, that replaces regular Link.
So yeah, so you've got Toon Link, you've
Yep.
got
Young Link.
young Link, and then you've got Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah.
So they're effectively the same characters because they have effectively the same movesets, but they are different because
Yes.
they all have the bomb, they all have the bow, but they work
Well,
differently.
They're using the fact that they're all in and not just like alternate versions of each other to actually differentiate them a bit more.
Yeah.
For example, Standard Link, which is now Breath of the Wild Link,
Mm.
fires 2 arrows instead of 1 and can remotely detonate his bombs.
Yes,
Which is pretty damn
Yeah.
cool.
and that's cool. So that's
Yeah,
that's my point,
but
right?
The
They,
thing is, Samus, Dark
that's what I'm
Samus
hoping
is
for. Samus.
specifically an echo character in the same way that the only difference between Lucina and Marth is that Lucina doesn't matter where you hit them with the sword, where Marth you have to hit them with the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
So Dark Samus will have the screw attack and the bomb and the charge shot,
like you said,
and the missiles.
Okay.
The thing is, the properties of those attacks might be slightly
but
different.
Properties and then speed of the character.
But they have shown they're willing to change moves from character to character because Crom had Ether instead of Roy's uppercut.
But it still does the same thing, right? It's still a rising sword attack.
Yeah, but one slams down, the other one just rises up. Anyway, they're doing things. I can't wait.
Things are happening.
And finally, the most important one is a King K. Rool.
Who's actually a new character.
Brand new character.
He is a new
Now, wait now.
And from what I've seen...
So, for people that haven't watched the Smash Direct, I encourage you to go and watch the character reveals, especially the King K. Rool reveals, because it is S-tier trolling.
Dude,
it's fantastic.
I was watching that. It was like 12:30 on a work night, and I'm just like, I've been up so long. I've been disappointed because Crom's coming in for like, yeah, you got to give me something, Daddy Sakurai. You got to give me something. And then that happened, and I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of this shit.
Flips table, goes to bed.
What would have been really funny is after that, he'd gone to bed, woken up the next day and been like, oh, it actually was a new character. Shit.
Anyway.
Sakurai!
Anyway. We have talked quite a bit.
No, whoa. King K. Rool.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, we still haven't finished. I mean, Ben's brand.
So I'm just gonna nap now.
Yeah, so he looks super faithful to the game port, as we're touching on character design. 2 ranged attacks on a heavy character. I'm interested to see how that works.
So one being his crown.
So he has like a crown orang and a cannon.
Ah, that's right. I did see that.
As well as what looks like a command grab and a counter.
And his theme music is Gangplank Galleon.
Oh, and he has Gangplank Galleon.
Understandably.
And also there's a sick-ass medley of Bloody Tears on the Nintendo channel as well.
Yeah. And he seemed quite countery as well, which was really cool.
He seemed like an interesting take on a beef tank because if you are going to be slow, you want stuff that has fast reaction speed, so you don't have to like be punished for being a slow ass. See Daddy Ganondorf.
Yeah, well, that was always the trouble with playing Ganon and Bowser in Smash 4.
Donkey
Like,
Kong.
it doesn't matter if you can like launch people in one hit,
But
if you
can
never
never
gonna
land it.
actually hit them.
So, yeah, the thing is, Ganon had one move that was like surprisingly fast, and that's like his foot punt, which you guys are all very familiar with because it's like I'm about to get hit. Everything's just take that, suck it, bitch.
Take that. Okay.
All right, there we go.
We have those of you who have not seen the Smash Direct, check it out. It is a lot of fun. There's some very cool trailery aspects to it. Jump onto Discord. Let us know what you think. We did have one more topic, but I think we are out of time. So we will, unless we can breeze over it very quickly.
We can do the short version. The short version is just basically that the Hearthstone expansion came out.
And everything's a combo deck now.
Yeah, this is Hearthstone has essentially entered combo winter.
Winter.
Well,
Winter is here. And
no, we won't.
Ben
touch
has
that.
all the luck and has all the cards.
Yeah.
Raz has none of the luck and gets none of the cards.
And for some reason, there's a Murloc mech fusion, which is quite zesty.
Yeah.
Okay, so our usual end of cast is recommendations. I'm assuming Hearthstone is a recommendation in that case.
Hearthstone's a bad game for bad people.
Do not play Hearthstone. That is my recommendation.
I was drinking whiskey last night, and my friends were trying to convince this guy to play Hearthstone, and I'm like, Ben, and they all look at me, Ben, you love Hearthstone. You're one of the most avid players I know. Should he play Hearthstone? And I'm like, God, no.
It's like, you stay away from that game, my
Please,
friend.
for
You
your
stay
benefit.
away.
Just
Live your life.
Okay,
Run.
having
Be
said that,
free.
World of Warcraft expansion comes out next week.
And
That's where I'm going to be.
no one cares.
I care.
Carl cares. Carl cares, Ben.
So, ironically, after shitting on it, next week in Hearthstone, there's actual more single-player content coming out. A+.
Okay.
Do that.
Well,
or if not,
hey, well,
Castlevania.
Do we know what it is yet?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
So just do it anyway.
So it might suck. But for what it's worth, the last 2 single-player modules for Hearthstone were really good.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So
And-
it's got a good chance that it'll be great.
And my recommendation, as I mentioned earlier on, give it a try. You may hate it, but try at least the first episode or 2 of Unreal on Stan, if you have Stan. If you don't have Stan, forget about it. Cool.
Cool. All right, we're done here.
Thank you all very much for listening. Once again, please check out our other content. Like, subscribe, the whole shebang. Add comments, jump onto Discord. Let us know what you think. If there's anything in particular you want us to talk about, throw them at us. We'll give it a try and see where we go. We'll leave it at that. Thank you all very much. Peace.
Bye.